can fix this, but I'm gonna need some downtime to pray and get things in order.
Baynor kind of, he's just going to run over here really quick and kind of make a few checks. You're totally safe. Don't worry. He rolled a survival check of 3.
Thank you, Banor. Very cool.
Something's amiss as the cave wall around him moves. Alright, so you've killed many of these smaller creatures which are a different species. You can look into it more if you want. The big boy, very different species, looks a bit different and much larger. What do you guys want to do?
Take its eyes.
Yeah, is there anything we can harvest off these things of value?
Would I
It's
know
D&D.
anything?
Oh, so let's do this. Ferris, go ahead, roll medicine check for you. Who's got the shadiest background?
I mean,
Define shady.
This was a street kid.
Wow, if I stand behind Grunkum, that is the shadiest background.
Oh, technically shorter than the Airbus. Although I think he's much bigger than Airbus. Because you're 6'8", Grunkum, I think?
Yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure I weigh more.
Yeah. You're like pure muscle, though. He's more lengthy, goof.
Okay, I'm getting coffee. Be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I need to be careful in our next campaign of how many magical items I give Grunkum.
true.
He doesn't have a lot, but he's got a good combination. Although,
What is he doing?
the only thing I didn't foresee, I've read a lot of the Artificer, but I didn't actually look at anything until I was evaluating Dark's new character. I was like, okay, yeah, no, this stuff all makes sense. And then I didn't see his other one because he kind of changed it, but it's fine, it's on the list anyways. And then he showed me what he gave to Ferris. Not fair.
That is the best thing ever for him.
It is literally one of the scariest combinations I think I've run into that just inadvertently happened because I killed Dark. Twice. If I just want to let him... If you know whose fault this actually is, and I'm going to be honest, because I'm not the only one to blame, this is also Def's fault. Because if Deft would have seen him floating down the river, he would still be here today.
I did see him. I just couldn't get to him in time.
Oh, even worse. Even worse.
I think
who floating down the river?
I think Daft
I don't
purposely
even-
took.
I don't even
Exactly.
remember your old character's name anymore.
Oh, it was
I
it
know.
was from Warhammer something character. What's the necromancer?
What a Heinrich? Heimel?
I think so.
Something like that.
That's where you get a lot of your characters, and that's how I always remember. But no, didn't Metal Man kill you? Or was it just one of the NPCs?
I think it was. I'm not sure, honestly.
Dude, I remember Gronkum beating on that guy for forever. You guys were like, I think Newen was still playing at that time too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Newen was wrapping him in vines. They were just beating him and beating him and beating him and beating. It was the best. Do you remember the horse that fell into?
I think so.
There was a horse that floated down the river.
Oh, when we were attacking that.
You were defending. They were attacking.
Oh,
It was when you were cross manner.
Yeah, defending Cross Manor.
Good times. Good times. Wow. You want to know something really scary? It's been almost 2 years, and I don't think Gronkum was there at that point. It was like right before you joined. It was almost 2 years ago when Ali first stole all that crap from the cultists and gave you guys Christmas presents.
Yes,
Aw.
Gronkum was not there.
Aw.
Scarier still, last Christmas is when we got our magic items after Soren had banished you from the Hag Island. That's how long ago that was. Super scary, huh?
That's crazy.
That doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It was.
It really doesn't.
It
That was just the
before
tournament.
you were in the tournament for a long time.
Yeah.
Although you got a lot of shit in the tournament too. Fun time. Anyhoozle. What do you guys want to do? You have your little stone buddy. Theris is prepping, getting ready to take care of that. In the interim, what are the rest of you doing?
Keeping watch.
Alright, standing around looking lost while the Phoenix flies around, restoring some of her allies a bit. Until the flames inevitably vanish.
Did
Oh,
we
you
all?
take care of that.
Did we use the little thing to heal up to max health?
Technically, it disappeared when he turned to stone. So you could have gotten one more each, so I'll do one more on each of you. Who
We're all
actually?
just-
I'm pretty sure. Now, my combat tracker didn't update for wounds when I was dropping the heals on people, so I don't know if everyone got their heals effectively.
We're all just playing hopscotch as our
At the very least, the individuals that, you know, were able
Well,
to.
Arbors has some too.
Because if I did my math correctly, I think Paris and Gronkum should be full, and then Tanya got a little bit of healing from the Phoenix.
Tanya, their color is not displaying correctly, but they
Yeah, and the combat tracker is telling me people, like, I know I don't have any wounds, but it's saying I have some. There we go, the combat tracker updated.
I don't think I had it because mine was closed. Oh, that's interesting. It didn't update until I opened mine. Maybe I just never noticed that before. What happens when I don't put evil things in the... Oh no, I already have my evil NPCs in there just in case. So, he's taking his 10 minutes. Arbus isn't doing anything. Baynor is looking very concerned. Tanya, what are you doing? Is Max back or is Max AFK?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Welcome back, dude. No, it's all good.
Sorry, I was listening to a long output. I didn't hear anybody come in.
I'm just so used to Andy from back in the day. I never know if you're muted or if you're actually AFK. It's like, I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes, and if you don't figure it out, you're probably AFK. So if any of you, Max...
I'll be doing some healing for people.
Okay. So you can go ahead. You guys are free to do whatever you want right now. We're not in combat anymore. I think Tanya was pretty messed up. You went unconscious, right?
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
Someone kept on primary targeting me for some reason.
Maybe because you went in front of its mouth.
I think someone's just upset about an
Yeah,
enchantment I gave someone.
No, believe me.
I don't know, you really shouldn't be trying to jump into a basilisk's mouth.
That's
I mean, I
what
suppose it's a good way to
Gronkum
avoid the eyes, but...
Ooh, speaking of eyes, Gronkum, I believe you were speaking of wanting to harvest some organs.
Yes.
Let me double check. Thirst, you made your medicine check. I probably just missed it. There it is. Oh, yeah, you made a good medicine check. You're not 100% sure in this world, but if it's anything like your guys' world, these parts would probably be decently valuable. From what you could ascertain, collectively, with Theris kind of giving you a guide as far as the organs, probably your more money organs as usual, hearts, livers, the brain, specifically with these guys, maybe the eyes, the fangs. Who? Trying to think. Leah,
Uh-huh.
roll a nature check.
Well,
You
does
keep walking.
does the artificer know if any of the parts of the creatures would enhance magical potions, items that they may be able to create?
I don't believe doesn't I would say just from general knowledge, roll an intelligence.
I kind of
check.
figured that they're valuable because they enhance magical effects. That was probably why.
Mm-hmm. I think they took away the more alchemical one, but more so just with your general intelligence and experience. If you want, Dark, you can roll an intelligence check that may help you in figuring out if there's any immediately good uses. Dark, that's you.
What'd you want?
Roll an intelligence check. You're trying to see if there's anything of use out of these organs. Are you unconscious?
I shouldn't be.
Oh, you're poisoned still. No. So that's in that one.
Luck. I use luck.
Do you? Okay. Go ahead,
Wait.
Tony.
Wait,
Wait,
or not. I could have used my 5 points of Leon Hansen here is poison.
Oh, you can do it now. He's fine anyways. He's already supplementing it. He took luck because he's too used to me killing him.
Well, I was going to say, I was trying to heal people. I didn't know it was poison, just so I would have spent 5 more points to heal this poison.
It's okay. You can do it now. Your other dice was not that great. You dropped a 5. So, not really up your alley. You're not 100% sure. I mean, other than it might be worth money, you don't know. One thing you probably would figure out, the person who would probably know the most, and that's not even guaranteed they know anything, is currently a statue. Leah.
Hello? Yes, me.
You approach the creepy drow, I see.
I do. What's he up to?
He looks like he's looking at track. He's not moving around too much. It looks like he's trying to look at what's been coming and going through here. As you guys are continuing down on your current trail.
Okay.
sounds
Can I
perfect.
attempt to maybe help him out a little bit in maybe identifying stuff?
Roll a survival check.
Don't know
Okay.
it's spoiled.
Hey, not bad. Ooh, let me get the map out. Not map you can see, it's just like a little pencil chart. Where did my fucking pencil go? Am I breaking my pen? Ah, there it is. Okay. You do notice a few things. It seems it took him a while to notice, but you find it and he kind of says, "Oh yeah," and he shows you. You see goblin tracks. And you also see a large singular line that kind of moves through. First, it looked kind of just like a formation in the cave floor. On closer inspection, though, it looks like the trail of a larger creature.
Okay, interesting. And he looks concerned by this?
To extent, roll an insight check.
I don't know.
He's a tough guy to read. The smell just puts it off. It's really, really hard to focus around him.
I don't get close enough to read his facial expression or something.
It's, yeah. He's very focused on what he's doing. Alright, so you guys complete your 10-minute. Wait, Thirst, what are you wanting to do?
With what?
You were going to do a ritual, you said?
No. Not that I had heard of. The last thing I did, I rolled a medicine check, and then I went AFK.
Oh, I thought you said before you were going to prepare a ritual or something for 10 minutes for helping Arborist.
If I need to do something, I will. But no, the medicine check was the last time for finding out if anything was usable in these basilisks.
Okay. Alright. So you guys got that. Grunkum, would you like to be the harvester of said things?
I can if no one else is up for it. However, Gronkum is more of a blunt instrument as opposed to a scalpel.
Who would like to try to handle this task?
I guess I can assist? I don't want to.
Gronkum will do it. Since there are no volunteers.
No, I'll assist.
You can aid Grunkum.
I will help you.
So you can roll with advantage.
Out of character, Ari's method of, getting organs and stuff from a creature is usually to burn the creature. Not very effective at getting organs.
Very effective at stopping creatures, though.
It just occurred to me, it's a good thing that the immolation didn't get it either.
Alright. So, you're not in your client yet, so who wants to roll a d20 for Grunkum's roll?
Since I'm helping,
Which
I will
was
roll.
watching someone.
Okay. So,
That is an 8.
Alright.
Oh wait, with advantage though, right?
With advantage.
Big money.
Mm-hmm.
Better.
Okay. His modifier.
Hey, that's 4 higher.
Okay. So that is a 17. So not bad.
Now, was this for them cutting the stuff out?
He's right now. What part would you like to work on first, Gronkum?
Well, say while they're doing that out of cast guidance also,
The
so
hearts.
she can throw a d4 on that.
Ooh, roll a d4.
And one of them.
Hey,
Not bad.
look at that. A 20. So what are you attempting to harvest?
Heart.
Okay. And you're using your sword, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I got daggers.
Okay. So you start cutting your way in. It does take some time to do it. You're able to expose it. Now, Steph, go ahead with advantage. Roll a d20. So just roll 2 d20s for his dex check.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I think he's got a decent dex. Another 20. Okay, so you take some time doing it with Def's help. Leah's help. Takes time. Sorry.
Dept is
You-
there in spirit.
You're able to remove the heart. So it takes about probably about 30 minutes in total, working with Leah's help. Where would you like to store said heart?
In Death's bag of
Oh.
We were playing on the same.
Well, I don't particularly want to hold it.
I know someone who has an answer to this, but I don't think they're paying attention.
Hey, Tanya, you got any receptacles to hold this heart? Garkle squeezes it to make it look like it's pumping.
Nope.
Doesn't someone have a bag of holding?
That does.
About that.
Did.
How about
Oh,
that?
hey, can I use that? There we go. I know what we could use. How about a bag of holding that chills, that preserves stuff?
A bag of holding?
Yeah.
I have to actually look it up. I know that they have one, but I think it's just made up. But I'll have to look and see. It's easy enough. We could work something out. Let me make it nice though. If it's going to be a bag of holding, because
If I can't have my gloves that make things randomly talk, I'll get that. I'll
I
take that.
will gladly give you some custom version of a bag of holding. It's fair enough.
Excellent.
Don't you have the bag of holding enchantment though?
Yeah, I could. Honestly, I don't even know if that's even worth getting because I could probably make a bag of holding.
It's yours to think about.
Anything that's uncommon or below, I can make pretty quickly.
But just remember, bags of holding don't preserve anything.
That would be a bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah, it actually depends on what rarity the bag of holding is.
I'm going to make you something better. I'm going to make you a magical ice chest. First of its kind.
That's where we store the meat.
Alright, so where are we storing our currently large... Actually, it's huge, I think, right? That's a big fucking heart. Yeah.
No, I need to rest again, but I can get the secret chest to put stuff in that's not living.
Always expensive. What part would you like to try for next before we do rolls?
Liver.
Liver? Alright. And then are we clearing Airbus or what are we doing with him?
Do you have a way to help him?
All you, Theris.
I'm trying to look at spells.
While you're doing that, Leah, go ahead, roll 2 20s for Crown.
What is it, 3 and a 5?
Oh. So as you sit and you start looking for the liver, the dagger glides, striking the liver itself, puncturing it and damaging the liver.
Now you can throw a D4 on that. While they're, I'll do the guidance for every cut they're doing.
I do 1d4 then. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
You still missed the DC of 10 to not kill the damn thing. So you do manage to damage the liver. Not the oops. You kind of next.
Yeah, let's maybe skip that one.
We didn't need any of that anyways.
How tall or how big is Airbus?
7'7".
Okay, never mind.
240.
I'd say because my Lehman secret chest can hold 3 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. I say maybe if he was he's kneeling down as he's petrifying.
That'd be awesome. Baynor is going to speak back. And hold on. I'm pretty sure right now. And Elvish. And he just says goblins. He just kind of stands up, dusts himself off, and kind of starts walking over to you guys. Looking at Airbus. Here's a good friend. We should leave him.
I mean, we can fix him, right?
Maybe. He's slowing us down, though. We should really continue on. And he just kind of starts to walk away.
Theris, how much longer do you need?
He's still seeing what he can do.
Sorry, I had to quick AFK if somebody said something to me.
No worries. What were you asking, Jeff?
How much longer do you need?
To fix
Airbus.
How much longer to do what?
fix Airbus.
Or if you can fix Airbus.
I need to rest through the night and pray for guidance on this. Basically, I need to change my spells out.
I warned you to prepare Greater Restoration. I told you.
You know who has Greater Restoration? We did plan.
Airbus.
Airbus.
Say it was done. There's no need to double up, we thought.
We thought we were covered.
How could this happen to me? Made my mistakes.
Boehner kind of looks back at you. He's like, we must wait for this one.
Are you strong enough?
Unless we have something to carry it.
Oh, please do this. Please.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
This is the greatest idea of the week.
Can I polymorph? Oh, I don't have polymorph prepared. You know who has polymorph prepared?
Arborist.
Arborist.
Sounds like we done goofed.
We can do it. We just have to rest tonight.
About baskets and eggs.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Being that this is probably their lair, we will probably be safe here.
You assume that was all of them?
Yes, that is an assumption, but inside the dome of protection, we should be fine.
It does appear that there was goblin traffic through here, as well as something much larger. I'm not exactly sure this is the best place to rest.
I have an idea though. Kind of
You little roboted out a bit.
Yeah.
I heard the first word.
I kind of I have an idea though. It's kind of a long shot.
What's that?
She's gonna set down her bag and pull out the bone violin.
I'm very curious. Oh no. What are you doing? I have not drinking
out
enough
of character. Well, it animates dead, so a petrified person is technically dead.
Ah.
She's gonna hold her fingers to where the.
But keep going.
She also doesn't know if this would work.
Wait,
she's
what
gonna
about all the dead creatures we just killed?
Keep going.
Oh, we don't have enough time to deal with all of them
Again.
again.
Did someone say that out loud, or?
Nope. Definitely no one said it out loud.
Qualcomm has forgotten what that
Okay.
violin was.
So you begin to play?
It made skulls talk.
Well, she holds her fingers towards these strings to see if they even appear.
The strings never appear. It's just
So-
always there, and you just move your fingers and it does it.
Well, she'll attempt to run through a basic course, focusing on the statue.
Okay. So you begin to play. Go ahead and roll a performance check. Okay. You play, but the statue before you doesn't move. But Grunkum, by your foot, the fleshy heart begins to beat.
I scowl at it and continue back to cutting up the creature.
How long do you want to play for?
Well, if it's not making any clear signs of or any movement at all, then she'll stop.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much to him in that effect. As you stop, the heart. Not strong enough to bring it all
That's a
back
long
out of its
shot.
body.
How much does Airbus currently weigh in stone form?
Well,
About 720 pounds.
How much?
Approximately 720 pounds.
Okay, that is out of my range.
He's 240 normally, right?
mm-hmm.
Well, stone is approximately 3 times as dense as a human being, so estimate that he would weigh 3 times as much.
Well, and the worst part is, it's not even just if you can pick him up, you also have to traverse with him if you're going to pick him up. Otherwise, there's no point in picking him up.
And not break pieces off.
Yeah. So it's either you rest the night so he can prep the spell to cure him, and then we have 2 people that have it prepped. Or you can attempt to pick him up and carry him, or shenanigans because it's D&D.
Come back later.
I vote shenanigans, so I have none to contribute.
We rest tonight. I can finish off healing people. Make sure we're all healed to full.
How much longer are we going to be traveling?
Let's see. So, we're in our second day of travel.
The only shenanigans I could even possibly think of is while he's dead, but he's not. Could I suck his soul out and then try to put it in another body that we find later?
You could always try.
Or we just rest and spend a diamond.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, I can't do anything with more than 500 pounds.
Can you unlock Gronkum if he is locked?
Sure.
Please?
Strong. Okay. Alright, yeah, unlocked. Yeah, no, you guys can rest the night and take your spell. Cure him up and head out in the morning. You spend about a day. It's been like
Before you do a long rest, I'm going to heal. Make sure I correct the marks. Okay. Let's just want to say that.
How long?
you've been traveling
How long
in
we-
total about probably like, you're not 100% sure on the exact time, but for the time you've been up, you're equating it to what would feel like maybe 7 o'clock at night.
Okay, that's not too bad.
What?
Well, if we want to keep going, I think I can.
Early to
Have a
bed,
note.
early rise.
Yeah, let's just get an early start tomorrow.
Before going to sleep, Gronkum will finish harvesting as many organs as he can. For 2.5 hours.
Dark Hill 25.
Okay, so for the time you have, if Lee is going to continue to help you, or Lee, are you making a dome? Up to you. Once you make a dome, though, you have to stay in the dome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless Theris is
Can't-
making the dome.
I can do it if you need to be out.
Yeah, I'll help Gronkum for a little while longer.
Okay. So go ahead, Gronkum. Roll. Roll a dexterity check with advantage.
You want to hear me?
Oh.
How's Max? Is that okay?
Hey, that's a 3 on that D4. Don't think I didn't see that.
Oh, it is a 3. Near Max. My
How
apologies.
dare you? Yeah, no, okay. So
We find a
that luck-
secret second liver.
You're not that.
No, I'd be going for the eyes next after the liver failed.
So you are able to kind of get a few things. So we cannot hear you if you're talking. I can see you typing.
Well, I mean,
I can hear you now. Yeah.
can you heal Dark? Because apparently he's not listening.
What about Dark?
I told you, heal 25. Even messaged you on Discord. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wrong one.
And thus Dark dies. Yeah.
19 plus 25, you should.
There's a 54 wounds. 54 minus 25 is, yeah. 54 minus 25 is
Just heal yourself an
29.
additional 19. Or, yeah.
All right. So Gronkum,
There.
note down what you're able to harvest. You're able to collect 12 teeth, both eyes, a gallbladder, kidneys, and the tongue. Did we get the brain already? I forget if I said brain.
I think
Nope.
brain
No,
was
we hadn't
first.
Just
gone
heart.
for brain yet.
Throw a brain in there.
Is somebody else writing this down? Because I was trying to open a note and dropped a bunch of things.
Absolutely not.
I can tell you what it is. If you want.
Okay. You said 12 teeth, right?
12 teeth, both eyes, brain, gallbladder, both kidneys. And then, does anyone have anything to hold blood in?
Somebody's got to have empty vials, right?
I don't know. I leave that up to you guys.
Water skin. Oh, yes, I've got 3 empty oil flasks.
Okay. So you want to can fill those up if you'd like. There's plenty of the blood. roll a percentile die for me really quick too. And then Ari.
Percentile.
You're just burning a little circle.
Yeah, just making her little mess.
Man,
Roll. I need you to roll a percentile die as well. Okay.
93 and 84.
High
Drunk 'em.
rolls.
Drunk 'em. You have a bit of trouble as you finish up collecting the blood. It doesn't bleed out too much, and everything that it did bleed out is kind of solidifying. But you do manage to fill out those containers up. Ari, as you burn the vegetation around you, you can't. I need you to roll a Constitution save.
Would this qualify as a poison?
Let me think about it. Sure.
$22.
Okay. It's kind of, you just get that feeling like when you breathe in something you're allergic to, or along the lines of like, your lungs tickle, but you shrug it off.
It burns
Burning
up.
random vegetation. All right, so you've scorched a circle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so parts are harvested. Were we making domes, or is anyone doing anything else?
I will dome it up.
Mm-hmm.
these are basilisks, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a bunch of other dead ones, but they look very different.
This was just a large one that we were working on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and we got the heart too.
Mm-hmm. Correct. You got that earlier. The liver was a loss. Hmm. Ooh, that's interesting.
Well, I could drag Airbus. If I wasn't carrying any of my stuff, could carry him just fine.
I totally believe that that would go very well.
By the time you've done all of your harvesting anyways and set up camp, it's probably already later anyhow. So it's probably like 9:45 by the time you guys finish, and like 10:15 in your perception. So what else are we doing here? Or anyone have anything on their list to cover before the night?
Well, was there anything else of interest in this place?
I don't know. If you'd like to look around, you're free to roam or roll perception checks or investigate things. Up to you. You kind of look about. You do see a bunch of smaller holes. Well, not smaller holes, but compared to the cave you're in, smaller holes. What looks like these little layers where these creatures live. There could potentially be more, but you don't specifically see any at the moment. You do kind of walk around just a quick bit, and you look off in the distance, and you see that this area in the tunnel eventually drops down into like a 3,000-foot descent at a very steep incline into a lower chamber.
And you said there's a bunch of smaller tunnels. Are there
No,
any?
like little burrows where the basilisks were living, the smaller ones.
Oh, okay.
Just like their little burrows they dug out.
And as far as I can tell, they're empty.
From what you can see here.
Are there any rocks that look big enough to plug those burrows?
Uh, you look around. I mean, maybe.
There's a
You're not
statue
sure
that's
how
big enough.
heavy some of these are, but you could probably safeguard an entrance to one if you wanted to. One of them might be a tight fit. You might have to do two, but you might be able to find a big one.
Or that statue may fit in one.
I say we just like dress it up.
I can help Gronkum plug up some holes. I've got a couple spells.
That Scrockham will attempt to plug up as many of them as he can with what's currently available.
Well, weren't you doming at Arborist anyways, or no?
Yeah, so we can use the dome to block one or however many entrances it will fit.
Yeah, but if Gronkum wants to push some rocks around for added security, I mean...
Well, the
No reason
downside
why
is,
not.
though, the dome is too big for those little burrows. So you can do a dome in the tunnel, but there's not enough space to make a dome.
But it's big enough to block at least one of the burrows, right?
Sure.
So if we put the dome like right in front of the burrow, it'll block that one.
Yeah, it'd be like a little patio deck that you could walk out to from your hidden cave.
Reroll a
Perfect.
4 is 2 dice.
You look around, Ari. It's really, really dark in here. Other than the glowing plants, which is a nice reprieve from your previous day's travel.
It was just to see if she noticed the conversation that was going on.
Easy enough. Boehner will kind of just go sit on one of the mushrooms while this is going on and just sit and just keep an eye out. Alright, so Gronk, roll an athletics check as you try to pick up your rock.
Son of a gun.
You go to lift it. It's too heavy.
I can make sure that all the extra tunnels are blocked.
I'm going to cast Levitate to make the rock 500 pounds lighter.
Crockham does not hear Ari. She talks so quietly. Crockham attempts to lift the rock again.
Okay, so go ahead and roll again. How forcefully would you say you're doing this, Gronkum?
Oh,
500 pounds lighter. Just
He
saying.
doesn't know that.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Crockham has a strength of 25. So
Okay. So,
he couldn't pick it up the first time. So he
What's your-
really tries.
what you watch? He watches it. Gronkum picks up this rock and just like doubles down and gives it his all and just goes to lift it up, throwing it straight up towards the ceiling. It smacks down into it, or up into it, and it just kind of sits there.
Ooh, I should have said something, probably. I mean, Gronkum's so strong.
And then it begins to fall.
Slowly.
Well, was this rock near a wall or was it like in the middle of the cave?
I was like along one of the sides of the walls.
Crockham
But
punched the wall with his right hand, forgetting that it's no longer metal.
there you go. You are able to easily move around this rock now. That it is levitating with a little bit of extra weight. So with that, you're able to kind of pick one out. It looks like it could probably hold all of you. It's not super big, but you could block the entrance to it if you wanted.
I do.
Okay. So we have a dome around Arborist, or are we moving Arborist into the cave?
I assume he'd be the centerpiece of the dome. He shouldn't count as a person.
No, he doesn't count as a person. But if you don't have a dome around him, other things could wander through the tunnel and inadvertently.
I would want to kind of probably have him at the center of the dome.
Okay. So we have him in the dome. So who's in the dome? Who's in the burrows?
I'm in the dome.
Yeah, I'll go to the
In
dome.
the dome.
Forgot there was a map.
Our
Okay.
in our nest.
Oh yeah. I could
Well,
trust him.
between harvesting the animal parts and blocking the, yeah, I got the map up. Blocking the, what's it called? Burrow.
Mhm.
Rockham would take however long it takes to be in the dome and then leave the dome. And eventually, once he finishes his tasks, we'll return to the dome.
Okay. So no one's staying in the burrow?
No,
Okay.
that's
so we
why we
just have...
blocked it off. To prevent other things from coming out of the burrow.
Okay. Well, the burrows aren't that big. Like, you can go into it, and it has an end. Like, it was just, like, individual little burrows for the creatures. So, like, they're maybe, on average, they tend to be, like, 7
They're not
feet.
like
This one's, like, 25 feet deep. They're still sizable because they're larger creatures, but they don't, like, connect into tunnel systems.
Oh,
Or
so
at
you
least
know
not
that
easy.
it's
You could
Okay.
protect. You could lock yourself into the cave to be protected, but there's nothing coming from in the cave currently.
yeah.
You feel safer though, Grunkum. Much, much safer. All right. So everyone, is anyone doing anything before they rest for the evening?
Is anything needed
Yeah,
to blow
setting up for
spell
bedroll.
slots on?
Anyone doing any sending, scrying, shenanigans? Summon tacos?
Tacos.
That'd be a great spell.
Isn't that kind of like just create?
I do have the create food spell. Don't test me. I will make everybody have eat Fritos. Oh yeah.
All right. So
Oh,
then,
and we don't have Airbus, so we don't have the good berries. So Grockum shares out meals.
okay.
Well, we-
So
rations.
this uses rations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
So
Ronco.
as we go to rest, who doesn't want to roll a D100?
Not it.
I do not.
I chose.
My last one was too high.
I like D100s. I'll roll.
I got 88. 78. Can we get a 68 here? Oh, that's good.
Mine doesn't count. I'm just rolling for fun. Unless it's low.
Yeah, no, I think
Ooh.
all of your rolls, it's like a 50-50 thing, and all of your 50s say the same thing to me. So, who do I want to pick on?
Grockum is sleeping
That never stopped me before.
and snoring.
Hurry is possibly sleeping.
I'll let you sleep for once, don't worry. Trying to think who. Paris. As you're sitting there and you're kind of getting ready to rest for the evening, you just have this uncomfortable cold sweat about you. Something just doesn't feel quite right, and you're not sure what it is. You do eventually find rest, but it's just a slightly uncomfortable one.
I'm going to chalk that up to being underground and in pitch blackness and not
Fair
used to
enough.
this.
Oh yeah, because there's no light sources that are ever present while you guys are sleeping. Although right here it's not so bad because there's a lot of bioluminescent stuff around. However, as you proceed further, it probably gets a bit dark.
Super thankful for my wand of dancing lights.
Dude, I know. I thought about that one too. Because when did we get that? We got that from the cultist camp, right?
I
The
think
guy
that
you,
was
the
wand
first
of
guy you ever killed.
paralysis. I can't remember where the dancing lights. That was later.
Oh yeah, I thought he had the
The
dancing.
paralysis was from the hag.
Was it?
Oh yeah. So the cultist had the dancing light one, and then the hag had the paralysis one. Because that's where we got the Clay's armor.
Because I
Ari
remember
had
Ari
that
was
wand at
offered
one
the
point,
one paralysis. Theris was going to, or was taking the staff, but she just let him have the wand as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's cool, and it has an extra one too, so it works well for your big party. All right, so as you guys rest for the evening, I'm going to grab a beer. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on. Food for thought, and Baynor does rest outside your dome tonight. Just he seems to feel more at ease here. As you kind of look forward, like Grontham had noticed, it appears that there is a large descent that kind of goes down quite a distance, very steeply. So you kind of look at that and try to figure out if how you're gonna have to make it down. That the next day might be something to think about, unless you are able to find other routes, or depending on how dangerous it is. You could always double back, but that could also cost you more time. To be fair, though, you were on a 3-day path, and you had 5 days to which you basically were told you should be underground for. So you do have some time, but you also are attempting to go after the Beholder friend, and you're not exactly sure how far he is from an exit. So I'll be right back. All right. Long breath. Gone. Erebus is still a statue. Baby Phoenix is gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you wake up the following morning. What do you guys wish to do?
You swatch out my spells.
Yeah, feel free to update as you wish. Don't worry about Erebus. He doesn't need to change his spells. They're set in stone.
Ba-doom.
That's
Cool.
mean.
Too easy. As you guys wake up, Banner kind of looks over. Like, we will need to descend today.
How exactly will we be descending?
We climb.
That is what I was hoping you wouldn't say. Well,
Don't worry about it for now, Grunkum. I'll figure it out later.
And how wide is it?
Probably like 200 feet wide. Goes down about 3,000
Oh,
feet.
okay.
It's a pretty steep angle. You can fly. It also kind of goes out so there's plenty of room to fly, but if you cannot fly, you're either going to have to find rope or climb down, or if you're the brave sort, you could always try to ride down.
Okay. I pull out a 500 gold piece diamond and like, see how beautiful this is, and I kind of pull it in my hand and wave it over Airbus and like squeeze like I'm crushing it, and just crystals fall out from my hand all across him, and cast Greater Restoration.
All right, and you watch as the form of Arbus returns back to normalcy. So good. Oh, I feel better now.
Oh, it's only 100 gold piece. Sorry, not a 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was like 100 or 250.
It's the
Trying to say that.
So we're down to 4, I think now. Because I think we had 5, right? Because you found two 500s and 5 100s.
don't remember.
It's
Not
in
in
the
the
party
party
sheet.
sheet.
Yes, that is correct.
I think we grabbed a few too. Oh no, the 10 diamonds are all there. So yeah, just go ahead, grab one of those, take one out of the inventory, and you watch as Arbus returns back to his normal self. I'm really hungry. What's for breakfast?
Why don't you make us some good berries?
Ah! You watch as he opens his hands and gives each of you a good berry.
He takes back the rations.
You ate the rations the night before.
Yeah, but I was going to hand one to Airbus, forgetting about him producing.
So here's a fair question. Does anyone's character not eat meat?
Why you do this? Hold on.
Are there any vegetarians in the group?
Any veggies?
The druid would probably be the closest.
I'm going to assume he is because he's not here. But I don't know.
I don't recall Ari being a vegetarian. I mean, I imagine she probably prefers vegetables, but
I would say, Tanya, you've been down in the caves even a bit longer, as well as Gronkum. I'd say you two are probably the most hungry out of all, even though you've been eating rations. I need both of you to roll perception checks.
Who?
You and Dark.
Am I still poisoned after the night?
No, I healed you.
Your help. I'll take it off. I mean, you're poisoned for forever.
I had lesser restoration prepared, so I would have been able to take care of that.
Paladin already took care of it. He uses,
Do you want me to re-roll that?
Oh, sure. Natural 20. So as you sit there, you look off in the distance, and you see two creatures you're not greatly familiar with. Let me see if I can actually find a picture online, because apparently there's no art for these. Where did it go? Yeah, I'll find a good one later.
That's
But
my
you
night.
see two creatures on all fours. They seem to be grazing on some of the bioluminescent vegetation growing in the caverns.
Where they go?
They look like Underdark cows.
And raises the crossbow.
Banner kind of looks over and sees you at the crossbow. He goes, "We're off."
I
We're off.
He just barked.
so you want me to shoot it or not?
He just smiles at you. He points a finger over at it. It's like a little crossbow, and he just like does a little finger pull motion, like.
Sure. If Grunkum shoots it, I'll shoot the other. You said there was 2 of them, right?
There are 2, yes.
Yeah, Grunkum shoots one, I'll shoot the other.
Okay. Go ahead and each of you roll whatever attack you are making. Grunkum, your crossbow does hit the cow.
Hopefully not the crossbow itself, just the bolt.
I need both of you to roll damage. Tanya. Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find my thing.
Would you like to know how much hit points these things have?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess 10.
They each have 15 hit points exactly.
Hmm.
So
I will not be able to kill it.
There it is, arcane weapon.
We're waiting for yours, and Tanya, yours.
I had to find my ability.
Is this your little wooden gun?
Oh hell yeah!
All right, so here's how this rolls down. Gronk, roll your damage, and I'll tell you how this happens.
I'm working on it. My it was frozen. It
Okay.
goes. All right, the first one was a 10.
Okay. So you watch as you sit there, and you kind of take aim with Wolfgarth's old crossbow, and you watch as Tanya just kind of walks up to you, looks up at you, and pulls out this fake little wooden gun. It just looks like some sort of wooden crossbow kid toy to you. And just points it at the other one. You're like, huh. You shoot. You hit it in its chest. It looks greatly injured. And you just kind of watch. She shoots a firebolt at hers, and it just hits into it. It blows a hole, and it just falls over dead.
Welcome. At the one that's still alive. Well, okay then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be dead.
Go ahead and roll damage just for fun.
Alright,
Because this is what
effects.
D&D's for. It's not fair to the poor cows. Yeah, so they're both dead. The firebolt one actually smells pretty good.
Go cut some steaks off of it.
Arbus just kind of looks at you guys. Barbarian. And this is not nearly as difficult a process as harvesting organs from a basilisk. You're literally harvesting meat from this creature. You're able to do so easily without a roll.
Am I able to get at least one of those crossbow bolts back?
I'd say you give them both back. It's just a squishy cow.
Cool.
Grown fat from eating mushrooms.
Can I turn that meat into jerkies, or do I just got some well-cooked steaks?
Well, right now you just have meat. The burns, I mean, there's a little bit of burn on it, but I mean, he's not cooked.
How many pieces of meat?
Ooh. How big are each of them? They are about. I already had this. Not say. How much meat do you want to carry?
I'll carry 25 pounds.
Okay. So you can easily harvest that from one of these.
Gronk will carry the rest.
How much do you want to carry?
Let's see.
Although, keep in mind, especially with meat, you can carry obviously a lot because there's a lot of meat here. But as you start carrying certain cuts of meat, there's also going to be more bone also attached to that. So just more shit to carry.
500 pounds.
Okay. So you can easily mark that down. So you have 525 pounds of raw meat. Now you just need some
500
underdark potatoes and you'd be all set.
pounds of. You said Roth?
Rothe.
Wow, I completely misspelled that. I thought you said broth, as in BRAF.
Technically, I'm leaving out the. My brain's too tired. I'm not using words today. There you go. Fantasy Grounds left it out too, so it's fine. All right, so you have some meat. How do we want to approach this descent?
Hey, Leah?
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I can't.
Do you have any magic that can allow people to stick to walls or fly?
Well, I've
Could.
got levitate. I've got polymorph.
Good.
I think we can manage.
Now that Arborist is no longer stone, Arborist, oh god, he does have a bird. Yep. Guy could, actually, he doesn't, he can turn into a giant eagle without it. He can polymorph someone and turn into a giant eagle.
Oh,
Wow.
that's good.
Ah. I like how that background timing came in just at the right time. It is good.
So, let's... Baynor, do you have any ability to get down easily?
Banner kind of looks at you. Like, I'll manage. He's like, but I'll follow. Oh, so that's true. He can levitate himself down if he really needs to. You can fly. So Arborist can make someone an eagle. He can also turn into an eagle. And each one of those can carry another person. So how many people do we need to cover now? So Arborist can carry like Gronkum. Who wants
Gronkum
to
can
be
fly.
an eagle? Oh, Gronkum can fly. Max can fly, but Max probably doesn't want to burn it, I'd assume, unless he has to.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. So Ari can fly. So here, look, I'm just going to move my flyers. Flyer,
So, we
levitate.
just need a few volunteers to become eagles?
A volunteer.
Tanya, can you fly?
Yes.
How do you
Bye-bye.
fly?
I got boots, winged boots.
Oh, you can fly. Leah can. Oh, you have magic that can help
I
you
can
out.
fly-ish.
Fly-ish. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot of options too. So Arborist can be shape and carry someone, and he can turn someone to an eagle, or Max or Thayer. So either of you have any other way to get down?
Nope.
Nope.
Who wants to be an eagle? Actually, you guys aren't for that. How much do you both have on you currently?
Max is kind of heavy.
I think.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
have
Already too bad.
173 encumbrance plus my
Max is 406 pounds with all his stuff.
Ooh, that might be a.
Theris is 292. See, I knew this note would come in handy. I do own it.
I can be an eagle, so I don't have to waste any slots. That would work.
Yeah, I'd be down as well. Maybe.
Okay, so Arborist is going to go ahead. Let me get rid of his petrification. Does anyone
I
have
got
any
you, Theris.
detrimental effect on him that needs to be removed? Theris,
Tanya's
I think
poison?
you are standing up.
Do what now?
Hold on, let me check.
I have prone on me.
No, all of mine are good.
I think someone who had prone.
Max.
I gotcha.
Max.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think I could make it so someone could walk down the wall.
That could work.
Do we have rope? How far is it?
Although, it depends. So we can use a 4th level for Arborist to turn Lee into an eagle. And she can carry Theris, and Arborist can carry Max using Beast Shape. Or Leah can use a spell. Actually, it's probably better to just have Arborist do it. Because otherwise you use a couple slots. But that should cover everybody. So he's going to go 4th level. And turn Leah into a
That'd
giant.
character actually. Leah would only have to burn one. Actually, hold on. I just thought of some shenanigans. Levitate. Theoretically, if you were to cast Levitate on someone, have them go over the edge, and then cancel the spell, they would gently float down the entire way.
True. DM?
Gather that that could be a risky endeavor.
They would have no control over their fall, but they would fall gently the entire way.
Iris is just kind of like, I'm gonna fly like an eagle down there. If you guys want to jump off with your craziness, then feel free.
Are you strong enough to take either Max or Theris with you?
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
actually,
yeah, and
not anymore.
he smacks Leah on the back, and he constantly starts to like transform into a giant bird, a giant seagull.
A seagull?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's a little bit hard to grab him, but you're able to. You have Theris; he's much easier. So Theris can kind of like ride on top of you, but you are a giant seagull, not a giant eagle. Like, oh, sorry. And then he turns into a giant eagle.
I'm gonna peck at his head.
He's
Stop it now.
bigger than you are. He's an eagle. All right, so everyone begins to descend down.
Ari will start flying down after the birds.
Okay, so it takes a bit of time. The birds obviously go the quickest, followed by Ari, and probably Gronkum and Tanya, since they're both flying by the same means. And then Baynor just kind of glides gently behind all of you. You do manage to make it through this kind of long descent into darkness. As you get to the bottom, the bioluminescent vegetation that you previously had around is no more. Are we still keeping our same marching order from our last time from the party? I think that's pretty accurate. So it's Baynor, Gronkum, Leah, Tanya, Theris, Ari, Arborist, and Max.
Ask Gronkum.
It's up to you guys. You're in the party sheet. Baynor's a guide, so Baynor knows where you're going. where you guys want to be or where you want your guide to be, I will leave completely up to you.
At the very least, I'll be between Arborist and Leo. That way, if the attack comes to either of them, I can apply disadvantage. I mean, back.
Do we have a map that
I don't need help, but thank you.
No, it's in my party sheet
That is true. I keep forgetting you have 102.
in the order tab.
Yeah, we're just setting our order.
I'll put Tanya instead. Keep forgetting you.
Yeah, to help the child.
Help the child.
Okay, so if I can be right here, basically.
Sure, put Arborist in the back. I see how it is.
Yeah, that's why I put
If it's in the rear.
because he's our second hitter or other tank. So tank
He's
at
also-
front, tank at the back.
He's also your second healer. Technically, your second tank is in the middle.
What are you looking at?
No, Leah has more. Leah has 2 less hit points than Gronk.
The party sheet order tab.
Oh, haha. Yeah. So if you go to your top right menu, it's the second button over on the top.
No,
bar.
I thought you were saying we talked about a healer, and then you said a tank. I was like, don't be looking at me.
Oh no!
Because you said in the center.
Arborist goes. No, Leah has 2 hit points less than Gronkum does. So our wizard is our second highest amount of hit points. Arborist can turn into a bunch of shit, which makes him a good tank. But he is also probably actually on par because he's a wildfire druid, so he can do fire spells and deal extra damage and heal and do extra healing.
Did I take Gronkum's Roth meat when I drug that over?
No, I still have mine.
Okay.
But I was the one who created it, so. Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah, I would assume probably. It's cool. We'll figure it out later. Not a big deal. You guys can just work on it as you want or whatever. All right. So, Gronkum, how much do you trust Baynor in his? Oh, actually, hold on. I missed something too. Before I get us going too far, I need to respond to someone I just missed. Sorry, Daft.
It's okay. We can also do it after. There we go.
Nope. No, we cannot.
Okay.
No, we absolutely cannot. I gotta think of 24 words. Hold on.
Wait, let me type my message first.
Yeah, do yours. Actually, we'll do it. Oh, no, we can't. We have to do it now. It's super important. You and your stupid timing. I'm not ready for this. Alright, I already know what I'm going to write anyways.
Colored me curious.
Do we have? Are we just using the party sheet thing? You said.
We were just going over what our marching order was. We're getting ready to go, but I was just responding to some other thing really quick.
Just make sure because I couldn't find a link for a map. I'm like, what am I missing?
This is too many words. Hold on. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's got a lot to say, huh?
Come on. Boom! I need another beer. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
I need
What? Wait. Oh, shit.
I need to drink to over.
Come on, share with the class.
the guild hall. Oh wait,
I don't know
I'm
how to
not gonna win, but I
respond to
can
this.
just walk there.
It was at this moment that Duck figured out why the DM meant what he said.
Yeah.
Now it makes a little more sense, doesn't it?
I'm gonna do the.
Okay.
So,
I just. Oh no.
descending. As you guys fly, is there anything you want to do on your way down while you wait, or you just wait until everyone gets to the bottom? I will just note your guide is the slowest moving of all of you, and is at the back of the party.
We'll wait at the bottom for the guide to get down.
All right. So the birds get down. Do you want to maintain your bird form? Probably not.
Nah.
All right. So both of you.
But so it's more would arborists like to maintain her bird form. It's concentration, if I recall correctly.
Sure, but more so whether she wants to keep it or not.
No,
So
bird
he understands her.
shapeshift shouldn't be concentration. I think it only lasts.
No, he's doing his.
No, his
and
wild
he
shape
has to
isn't.
do it
But
on her. And he doesn't. He just doesn't want to fly anymore. So he's going to revert back as well. They just want to get down the pass. All right. So you guys get down. After the four of you arrives Tanya and Grunkum, and then you see Baynor currently floating down about 200 feet, still descending, until he finally joins you as well. That was refreshing. It's like,
Slowpoke.
well, it's like, so there we go. You guys continue forward for about 4 hours. I need Gronkum, Ari, and Theris to all roll perception checks.
As we're
Have no
walking,
choices.
who do I think is the most responsible here?
You're not asking me, I hope.
No, I'm asking myself.
ignore this roll.
Because I may have made a mistake. I'm just going to very casually. Ferris seems like the leader here, kind of. He seems like the most put together. I am going to subtly cast him a message.
Okay.
So, I don't actually know who Baynor is. Apparently he wasn't the ranger we were intended to meet. I may have messed up a little bit.
I just do that as you see the camera was like on me. I just kind of get this WTF look and kind of slowly cock and turn my head towards her
Like,
and
what?
stare.
I'm just like biting the tip of my thumb, looking straight ahead. You can reply to this message.
Yeah, I don't reply. I'm just like, so, how did you two meet again, Baynor?
Oh, we've never met.
And why are you helping us?
And as he's walking, he holds up an object in his hand as he continues walking forward.
And the object
What is this object?
It's a ring.
What does this ring look
Does
like?
the ring look familiar?
Roll an investigation check at disadvantage because it's a small ring.
Everybody, or
Grunkle's right
okay.
behind him.
This would be Ari specifically. As for Grunkum, you can do one too. Oh,
Good roll.
My goddamn ring is what it is.
he looks to you. He just says, "I do as the lady instructs."
Which lady?
And he just kind of like motions towards Leah.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. I gotta find where his card is.
That is a 4. My insight is so bad.
Alright, so that versus his insert blank roll here that I'm not mentioning. Which is not actually that great. Still better than yours, though.
So he's saying he does as she commands.
Yeah, he says he has never met her before. And then he held up this ring and said he does as she commands.
And said that it's
Um,
Leia when asked who she is. Or
She
the-
seems on the up and up.
I haven't replied yet, so I'm going to go ahead and reply at this point and say,
Mhm.
tell him to take his clothes off.
I just turn to Thurs and give him a look.
I just shrug. Or I'm like, it has to do what you say.
Not to that extent.
The
I'm gonna
map
send another
replies.
message. Well, I assume I've paid him,
Oh, it moved. Oh,
and
okay.
he is simply doing a job. He seems to be leading us in
Didn't know that.
a direction.
And
This
what
is
does
probably fine, right?
and what does the ring and doing what you say have to do with this?
Frankly unimportant, but it's a it's an expensive ring. It's just payment.
Is this gold? What's it made out of? From what I can tell.
Roll an just investigation. You're right behind them anyways. You're kind of in the front half. Oh shit, he actually rolled good. It doesn't necessarily. It looks like a fairly expensive ring, no doubt. Well crafted. It's not like overtly expensive. It bears a sigil though.
Do I recognize it or can make it out? Or
Roll a history check.
Can I see the ring? Quick, I'll give it right back.
No. And he puts it back in his pocket.
so what is
He
the
goes,
ring?
my
have to do-
payment. He's like, you work out your own payment. Theris, I got a whisper for you.
Give you the ring.
You what? You saw who gave him the ring. You were here when they met. That was
Leah gave him the ring.
That's what Leah just said too.
Okay, well then. We paid for services. He's delivering services. So no biggie, right?
He seems on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe nothing to be worried about.
Oh, I'm typing more. Don't worry.
Baynor, you do know that if you try to betray us, each and every single one of us will do our damnedest to kill you, right?
I would certainly hope so.
Oh,
It wouldn't be any fun any other way. Just kidding, my friend.
ha 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 ha.
I'm almost over this early.
So how much further do we meet the beholder thing?
So Nobel.
Yeah.
Does he look to be legitimately playing in jest, or is there like a almost like a secret foreshadow he's trying not
Well-
to
Ooh.
And who gave him the? We saw Leah give it to him.
Yeah.
And where did the ring come from originally? Do I know that?
I mean, you just saw Leah give it to him.
Where did you get that ring?
Ari, you look at this individual. I have a message for you. You guys keep talking. I'll keep sending messages.
Where did you
Keep
get
going.
that ring, Leah?
Oh, why would you do this to me?
No, totally different things. Totally different things.
And where did you come by this ring, Leah?
Family heirloom.
An heirloom?
What of it?
Just curious. What's the little sigil represent?
Oh, I don't know. Uncle gave it to me.
It's an heirloom of your family, and you don't know what the symbol on it represents.
Not in particular.
What does this mean?
Because I look at everybody else, Gronkum. I don't know what this symbol means, but I do remember seeing it on those dark elves that ambushed us and almost killed us. Not getting a defensive stance.
That's what happens when I write messages. Okay. So there's the defense stand. What's everyone doing?
Looking confused.
Defensive stance against who? Me?
You and this other dude, because, like I was telling Gronkum, like, we were attacked by people with this symbol.
He goes, "Yes, 'tis but a ring. It's a valuable ring."
I mean, my family liked to take trophies. They were warriors. I don't know. I don't know where we got it.
I'm getting an uncomfortable feeling about this, Gronkum, and I look at everybody else. Maybe we're being betrayed by these two.
I have no reason to betray you. You simply asked for help and offered payment, and I obliged. If you
were
don't
paid by
wish for
her.
my help,
We barely know her.
The only ones I know I can trust is Theris and Max.
your arbor sniffing in the background.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not even Ari?
I don't know if you've noticed lately, but Ari has kind of flipped her lid.
True.
Baynor kind of
Ari
looks
is not
at you
acting
at
like
this point,
Ari currently.
and Baynor just like, "Have I offended you?" I do.
Offense.
No, like I said, when we
Currently.
arrived here, we were almost killed by a group wearing that sigil.
Well, I know not of the sigil, but I mean, if you're uncomfortable or feel unsafe, I mean, you're free to proceed without me. I'm free to make my way safely. You need not worry for me.
And he's a dark elf, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not know what this symbol is.
No, I am not of this world, like I told you earlier.
Neither are most of us.
But you bear the same
Well-
resemblance to the type of people that attacked us.
Oh, this is not my sigil. I have no families. I mean, I used to have a family, but not on this world. I simply roam here as this is a domain I can thrive in and survive in. I'm not welcome in the Dark Elf Society, so this is the domain I have chosen.
So the only reason you are leading us to where we want to go is because you received payment for said services.
From her.
I mean, if any one of you
No.
wants to pay me more, I'm happy to take more. Yes. Ooh.
Grockum believe him that the only reason he's leading us is because he was given payment. It doesn't matter who the payment came from. Currently, all Grockum needs to know is if the only reason he's helping is because we paid him to, or someone has paid him to. That's
Correct.
it.
And he holds up the ring and he tosses it to you to inspect, to put your mind at ease.
As far as Grockum could tell, this looks really shiny and really valuable, right?
Looks like a valuable ring. Whether it's magical, I mean, you could ask Ferris or someone else. But it does just look like a valuable ring.
Yeah.
It at least looks like your typical random RPG grade quality item you sell for gold.
Okay. Grockum hands the ring to Theris. But as far as Grockum could tell, that's all he is doing this for, right?
Correct?
Okay, cool.
Hey, Ferris, could you cast a detect magic and examine both of them?
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna need to. I have to do it as a ritual because I don't have it memorized.
Mm-hmm.
We'll spend 10 minutes.
Max, can you cast detect magic?
See if that heard.
I can do it. It's just I need to spend 10 minutes to do it.
I do not detect magic, no.
The other thing you do notice for your original perception checks for while we were down here. Did you guys ever make this? Hold on. Now I got confused between all my things.
I don't think so.
I think you did. No, you didn't. You rolled a 14, a 12, and an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Grunkum. A ways coming down the only tunnel you currently have available to you, you do hear an awkwardly strange sound of combat off in the distance.
Not my problem.
Just more that you're aware.
Where
System
did this ring come from?
I mentioned honesty to you some time ago, and quite frankly, I would much appreciate it if you trusted me, but I don't see that now. It is true that I may have been keeping something from all of you, but frankly, it was for my own safety.
You're a dark elf, right?
My name is Tiana Devin of House Devin. I am an outcast, an exile. And I will disguise self and turn into me.
Dun dun dun.
Well, because of your background, you could be changed between your two personas at will, is what we ended up coming up with.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's non-magical. Well, to an extent.
Yeah.
So you watch as she transforms into a dark elf.
Same outfit, same look, just kind of a different color palette. My people, I didn't entirely agree with the way they did things. I was raised a little differently than traditional dark elves. I came to you in my other form just because I know how the people of these lands tend to be. And you proved me right.
We are not people of these lands. However, we were attacked.
People, it doesn't matter.
We proved you
People are all the
were
same.
deceiving us
As
from
soon
the
as we
beginning,
arrived
and
in
yet
these
you
lands.
blame us.
This is just me coming clean. I did no harm to your friends personally.
Did someone give me a copy?
Understand that we're not suspicious because of what you look like.
We're suspicious because you lied to us.
I assumed so for the
The
most
end.
part.
Lara will walk over.
Trust me, I know what it's like to not be, trusted for help.
Baylor's just like sitting there, like munching on some random like mushrooms he has that are just like dehydrated in his pouch, just like watching.
Very helpful, Beno.
They also know what it feels like to be treated as an outcast. Orcs, or even half-orcs, are not super popular where I live. If you believe it or not, I was the smallest of my tribe.
You were. That's hard to
Baylor,
believe.
Baylor just kind of
Lara
like
looks
looks
over
up
at
at you.
Gronk, in surprise at that.
Yes, I was the runt of the litter.
I just look over at him like,
The orcs
really?
treated me differently. The half-orcs, including my own brothers and sisters, picked on me because I was the smallest. And the humans, well, who are those guys?
Baylor just kind of
Since
laughs. Like,
there's
As I'm doing my ritual, it's kind of like,
Except for you, Cyrus. Except for you.
as you complete your detect magic, outside of just people's magical items, you don't see anything specifically. Again, for Baynor has a magical wand, a magical sword. I think that's it. I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure.
This arrow does not want to rotate very well.
Sword, wand, and he's got something in a pouch that glows. That's it.
the ring doesn't though.
What was that?
The ring doesn't glow.
The ring is not magical, no.
I toss it back to him. I'm like, there's nothing special about that. Some of the other things he carries are interesting.
We all survive by means, and he just looks at all of you. He's
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't being in an accusatory fashion. Just like,
he just kind of smiles back though. He's just like, we all use our own tools to survive.
I knew you were
And
from another plane, and I intended to hitch a ride when the time came.
Oh,
This
yes.
plane could very well be damned. My house mother is insane, and she's doing terrible, terrible things.
Banner kind of looks at you like,
Yeah, problem with that.
she's not wrong.
Oh, shut up, Baynor. You don't know anything.
Banner knows many things, quite actually.
What do you know, Baynor? What do you
for
know that we
what
don't?
it's worth, I
Banner knows the way to the beholder. Banner knows the way to the exit. These are things Banner has been paid to know. And he just smiles.
Anyways, I apologize for lying to you. I hope going forward, that I can be more truthful. If there's anything else you'd like to know that I may have information to, I'll gladly share.
for what it's worth, I do trust you.
And just smile.
You go back into your high elf form.
Yep. It's more comfy.
All right. So you watch as she returns back in. Banner kind of looks at you. Are we done with our rest now, or do you all have more to discuss? Banor's always happy to sell more information. It's Banor's line of work.
Why are you speaking in third person?
I was about to ask the same. Does Baynor always speak in the third person?
Bano, what happened to the ranger? Was there not a ranger around here? Where you live?
What ranger?
I was told to find a ranger that would lead us through the tunnels. Apparently it's not you.
Perhaps there's confusion. Baynor is no ranger. Baynor is a wizard.
Looking at Baynor's eyes, does he seem less attentive than he has been in previous conversations?
He seems the same as he's always been. He just smiles.
Well, if everyone's satisfied, I would be
Is it
happy
double
to
Sultan's palace?
move forward and not think about this again for a while.
We should move forward before more people come through. The fungi folk may welcome us. Still yet.
Oh, by the way, up ahead there's some kind of battle or something on.
The funky folk?
You mentioned that there's a battle. He's like, we should proceed quickly. And he just starts briskly walking in that direction. As you
Very
guys
quietly says the others.
approach,
Mushrooms.
do you want to approach stealthily, or do you want to approach not stealthily?
Stealthily.
I have to ask the question.
Since Grockham is closer to the front, who looks like the good guy? Who looks like the bad guy?
As you guys get close, you look out. You see a humongous snake-like creature that is currently what looks like in combat with about 10 fungus mushroom-looking men. Among this grove of these very tall mushrooms.
There's a fungus among us.
You said some humongous
Size
fungus.
huge. There's a size huge serpent fighting mushroom men. Mushroom men are size large, fungus size huge.
Can we still call them humongous fungus?
You are absolutely welcome to call them humongous.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, Nobel,
Uh-huh.
this giant serpent, does it seem almost more reluctant to, say, move in and bite said fungus individuals?
No. Roll perception checks really quick. Oh, roll.
God damn it.
32.
Doesn't
What
matter.
happened there?
Grunkum, we'll just say that you rolled a nat 20 for shits and giggles. So collectively, as you guys sit here, because you have time and you're kind of on an overlook because you're kind of going down, this serpent creature, it's not familiar to you. It has many aspects, though, that remind you of that basilisk that you fought earlier. These mushrooms, you're not 100% sure. They seem almost tribal in nature. They kind of look like they're working together in defense of this larger creature. However, you do notice there is a alternative path. You could bypass this region and go around them, or you can continue through them.
Wait, confirmation. In defense of the creature or in defense against the creature?
It looks like the mushroom men are defending their grove from this larger serpent creature.
Okay. So defense against the creature then.
Correct.
Banner, you
I've
said
used the
the
bathroom. I'll be
fungus
right-
people are friendly?
Yes, quite friendly. As long as you don't bother them, they will not bother you.
Should we help them?
Could work to gain favor with them. We need friends here.
Wrong character, Gongo. Wrong character.
Well, I don't have time to edit it right now. So Gonkum runs in and starts swinging at the serpent.
All right, it takes a bit of time to get there. They're probably like a good 200 feet away from you. So you guys charging in?
Sure, why not?
Oh, dude. You know what? Leroy Jenkins, more like it.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leah Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
I'm done.
Well played.
So you said they're 200 feet?
Yeah. I'm just seeing which one I want to put us in for this.
Gonkum pulls out his whistle.
Use this one.
We're going to another map, right?
Correct. I'm just putting it in there.
Oh no.
Right.
I take it based on the Eagle Whistle D3 Gonkum started to charge.
What would ever give you that idea?
How far away is the serpent?
Give me one sec. I just got to reduce this down. All right. That's fair. All right. So,
Would you like initiatives or surprise runs and stuff happen? Or are we still approaching?
let me get this straight up. And then I'll just go. Okay. All right. So we use this for a fight. So you guys are at the bottom. Push it through this. So based on order. And Gronkum. Behind Gronkum was Ferris or Ari? Ari?
Do it now.
And there's Ari and Ferris. Nice. Airbus. Okay. Our big creature. I already had it. Look at that. Your dear friend. Okay. And then above that, this up. All right, so go ahead. I'm going to roll their initiatives. And go ahead and roll your initiatives. So you approach this fight. Max, you as well.
Do what? Sorry, I missed it.
Initiative.
Okay.
Feanor. Feanor is going to kind of look back to you guys really quick, like, do we go around them or do we help?
Kill the basilisk.
We help.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Feanor is going to go ahead. I'm going to cast an Acid Splash. Actually, no. We'll just do it. So you can cast Ray of Frost. That does hit. And he does 3d8. 8 points of damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. That will end his turn. It goes on your turn. The sprout is just going to kind of run away and cry. Tanya.
It's the homunculus.
Oh, shoot this thing with a firebolt this turn. Yeah, I need my homunculus then. Yeah.
There you go. Airbrush. Happy he's not stoned. Is going to move through since we're not in combat. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to firebolt it. Ooh, 15 points of damage. You smack into the back of it, it looks quite injured. It doesn't look like it was expecting to bear the brunt of such magical attacks. Another sprout runs to its little friend. Saphira is just super cute. Leah.
All right. Still just a little shaken from what just happened. Gonna step forward.
And I really wish I had like
Bonus action
one gem.
platform.
That'd be great.
Boop. And I'm just gonna do a mind thrust.
Ooh. That's
a 6.
fail.
Resource gem.
Okay.
You watch as this creature just screeches out in pain and falls over dead. As you just see these mushroom creatures looking at you. Kind of like defensively, not sure why you're here.
I'll just wave a little awkwardly. Hello.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
You look off in the back as one of the little tiny ones like waves back. They seem to kind of like take a let me get rid of this guy. These guys like take a defensive position.
Starts cutting up the basilisk.
Arbus kind of looks over. Who wants to go talk
It's
to him?
alright. We're friendly.
As you do that, Arbus is going to walk up from behind you. Here, one sec. Holy shit, he's got a lot of spells. I think I could do this. Oh, that's boring. You watch as Arbus kind of like holds onto his staff as it glows. He goes, "Oh, go ahead and I can translate for you." And so he will start translating what you're saying to the mushroom. 3 charges.
Do they
What's the quickest
do they
way
seem to have a positive
beholder?
reaction?
What did it say to him again?
What's the quickest
She
way to
said,
the beholder?
They kind of look at you.
While he's knee deep in basilisk guts, cutting it apart and trying to find valuable organs.
This one's, while big, it doesn't look quite to the same quality of the larger one you found earlier. It's just kind of oily and gross. Arborist looks over as they speak back to him. They don't know what a beholder is, but they say thank you for helping. And
It
they
was our
said if
pleasure.
we want, we can stay in their village for the night. Although it's not night. You guys have only been up for like
Yes,
5 hours.
Break our fast and have some lunch. You guys eat meat? Quantum pulls out a slab of the broth.
They just kind of strangely look over. I don't think they eat meat. No.
And shrugs. Wash the rest of
here,
us.
this might help with the communication.
Which one does it look like has been actually talking?
The one to the west, right above you. Yep. The sovereign. Correct.
Okay. So she'll wait for Arborist to translate that part, and then she'll point her wand of negotiation at it.
Oh, I forgot you have that. What does that do again specifically? It's been a while.
I believe it gives. I know it allows them to speak in a common tongue. So it. I don't think I had it written down because I don't think I ever got the actual full description for it of like what it specifically
I know.
does.
I have it in
but
like 12 places. I can find it. So, hold on. I can do this one. Oh, man, I missed that story time. I know.
all I have written down is that it has a 10-foot range. And it would appear that it is a DC 14 save. Or if they choose to fail, then, you know.
Nope, not that. I had it in the one that I'm pretty confident in.
Put it to
I feel like
voice.
it probably gives advantage on persuasion checks.
It does. I was just trying to see if I could find it. There was another piece it did too. All right, I'll find that later. There's another thing. But yeah, so you can go ahead. So go ahead. It was a DC what save? 14 what?
If they're attempting to resist, it's a DC 14 charisma save. I can force it on them.
Okay. So just you watch this creature just kind of shifts its demeanor and gives Arbus much more of its attention, taking his words very seriously.
There, that should make it easier to communicate.
And she'll put the wand away.
It's like, what do you want me to ask it?
Arborist asks that.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what to ask. Don't worry. What do you people eat? Oh, ugh. Gronkum, you don't want to know. It's not good.
Does the sovereign say?
You don't want to know. Oh, because it does change.
Can speak common now.
They love fecal matter. Lots and lots of fecal matter. It's their favorite.
That's what I thought.
Bacillus guano.
Thank you for the kind offer, but we ate not too long ago.
And he just thanks you again for the assistance with the basilisk.
It was our pleasure. Are these common occurrences here?
And he just kind of looks like, now and then. He's like, why are you with the smelly one?
We're not entirely familiar with these particular caves.
They just kind of look in his direction.
He's our guide.
They just kind of
I'm
nod.
gonna give you an insight. What kind of demeanor do they give towards said smelly one?
You get a sense of more of a primal type fear. You gather there's definitely a pecking order in the Underdark in this general vicinity, and these creatures immediately recognize by his presence alone that they are far beneath his. They're at least
So,
aware of
you're
who he
familiar
is.
with them?
Drow. Smelly drow. We call.
Oh. Are drow common around these parts?
Drow in, and he kind of just motions west of you. Drow have encampment nearby tunnels. 1-2 days.
She nods. Have you heard of any odd creatures that float around with multiple eyes?
Flump?
Did he say slum?
Flump.
I'm not familiar with this thump.
Small
Could
teeth.
you?
And he like makes the size of a soccer ball. It's like flump. And Banner kind of laughs behind you. And he says something in a language. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
I do.
I could pretend to.
I'll tell you what it is later. But you hear him say something, and the sovereign just kind of like shivers. Magic.
What did he say?
Mantrip?
Bad mushrooms. And he kind of points off in a direction. Mushroom taint mind. Many creature. Mad trip. Floating eye shroom.
Floating eye shroom. Now that is interesting.
Strange.
So,
Kill many.
this
Could you tell us
is
more
a
about that? What
many-eyed
kind of
floating?
Yes, this is the thing we want to kill. Where is it?
What-
So we can kill it.
what kind of magics does it use? What kind of spells?
He kind of looks at you confused for a second, then he just points off in a direction. You see about 6 of these mushroom creatures that have been turned into stone. Does many. Is wrong in head.
Do the large snakes help it,
No,
or is it alone?
it has friend.
What
Friend?
kind of friend?
Small, noisy one. Beware, small, noisy one.
Ah.
Small, noisy one feeds.
Is small? Is small noisy one like us, or
No. And he puts his hand down
more
to
like
about like 2.5 feet tall. Small, noisy one.
uh, she will make an image of a kind of generic-looking halfling, like this?
No, no. Big mouth. Small
Dwarf.
one.
You
I
say
tried
big mouth,
dwarf.
smaller?
Big mouth, small one.
All right, try dwarf.
Maybe a gnome?
Okay, she'll change it to. That's what she was thinking. She'll try a. Actually, how low did he hold his hand? Around the
about 2.5
4 to
feet.
5 foot range, or
2.5 feet.
okay. So she'll try a gnome.
And he just kind of shakes his head no. He says something in undercommon, not because he can't say in common. There's just no word that he has in common that would describe what he's trying to say. You kind of sit and ponder because you're not really familiar with this term, Leah. And Boehner kind of looks to her and he's like, Fey folk. Small one, noisy. Feed big one. Make garden.
Does
A garden. Didn't you guys?
Yeah.
Didn't you? Faye.
Hey, wonder if. Well, matter now.
How long have they been there?
Two, 4, 5 cycle.
Cycle as in days?
As in seasons.
Years, days, months? What are we working with
seem-
here?
Unfamiliar with the concept.
it might be hard to discern how long without a reference.
Wait, do you sleep?
Rest. And he kind of nods.
Then you do that. How many times do you rest during a cycle?
He goes to count his fingers, but he has none. Menu. He looks like he's like trying to like tabulate it in his head.
All right.
Roll an insight check, Rockham.
Nice.
He's holding out on you. Yeah, he's
Oh,
just
is it
having
like-
a hard concept with the concept of time.
So like 30 rests?
Menu.
How often do one of those appear during a cycle?
The basilisks?
No. Small mushroom things. The sprouts. How many sprouts?
He reaches
Here.
back around
During
and
a cycle.
he picks it up and he like hands it out to you, and it's kind of squirming in his hand.
Uh,
That's arresting intimidation. No.
He is rusty confused is higher.
Oh, the smaller ones. The sprouts. The baby ones.
And he
How
goes,
much?
and he kind of like shakes the sprout to acknowledge what a sprout is.
Not the adult.
Oh, sorry. I thought I grabbed the sprout.
Oh, don't worry. The adult gave the same reaction.
Yep. He's totally happy he's out of it now and the sprout's up on his place. You want sprout?
Oh no. During this,
uh,
how many
no,
cycles
Thank you.
does it take for this one to reach that one size? Pointing from the sprout to the adult.
5 cycles.
Cycles. Cool.
It's either months or years, and at this point it really doesn't matter.
They've been here a while. Cool. Which way to the flump?
No, flump. And he makes small flump ball. Happy. Metric. And he points south, continuing forward. You do see, they do welcome you to their village. So they'll go ahead and bring you back and close out of this map for now. But they bring you back. There's probably about like 50 of these creatures that live in this community. From this location, you do see 3 branching tunnels. One that we'll just say goes west, one that goes east, and one that goes south. So you're free to ask him about any of those. However, he does tell you, because you asked earlier, that the creature you were looking for is to the south.
South is not the way we came from, right?
You came from the north. As you're just spending your lunchtime around here, they do provide you with some vegetarian type foods that some look questionable, but they're not poisonous to most of you.
Ari's just gonna not eat anything while here.
Fair enough.
I do not accept food from the Fae.
If anyone would like to look around, you can prepare your own food as well. If anyone would like to look around the village or any of these tunnels, just let me know which ones, and I will tell you what to roll.
Markham grabs a bunch of loose stones, put them in a circle. I said, all right, can I have some fire?
She's been waiting for you to say that all day.
Sure.
Cool.
Roth cookout?
Do you actually like set up wood and stuff for a campfire, or
Who are we blighting?
Great.
is
Just
it just a bunch
about
of
it.
stones?
No one yet.
Huh. Those dark.
Max damage against plant people.
Wow.
Oh. Why are you trying to hurt Bob?
I'm not. I'm just thinking about it.
No.
What about Bob?
I'm back.
Yeah, I don't have any firewood.
So what are we doing?
Either.
You're in a mushroom village right now with large to small mushroom creatures.
If you're not asking me to set myself on fire, then sit in the fire
No.
pit, are you?
Do you have like one of those self-sustaining fire things that you can just let me cook my meat on?
Well, I can maintain it for a little while.
And she'll
Yeah.
just conjure up a bonfire in the pit.
Perfect.
So we'll
Gronkum
say for now,
stabs some meat on his sword and puts it in the fire.
you guys spend a decent lunch break cooking some good meat,
Tanya sees it. She's gonna cook herself.
talking
a
the
steak.
mushrooms. We'll go ahead and we'll pick up from this location next time. But before we end, Deft,
Hi.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Can I ask why?
No, you weren't listening to what I just told you. Deft, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh! I don't have Dex or Depth
Let me
wisdom.
give it back to you. It's still here.
Wait. Do you want me to keep that roll?
Nope, I'm gonna make you reroll it. So Deft's character, let me move you out of my
Move the character sheet?
No, it's your original character sheet. It doesn't have your additions, but your skills are still the same.
I don't see it in character selection.
I haven't moved it yet. I had to move you. I was modifying. I changed the name so everyone shows up at the bottom.
What are you doing to me?
Deft, you are now available.
I see him.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Deft.
My beautiful boy. Wait, perception or wisdom saving throw?
Oh, sorry, wisdom saving throw.
With my +1. This will go well.
Okay. Deft, as you stand in the arena back to back, as the flames kind of circle around the arena, you have a moment of calm for a second, preceded by a moment of panic. As you drop the spear from your, do you carry your spear or your shield in your right hand? I forget.
Spear in the right hand.
You drop your spear as your arm goes numb. You close your eyes and you just see soaring over a forest towards an approaching desert, a 500-foot view of a rapidly flying familiar devil. And that's where we'll end.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Sure. Fine, this is fine.
Just eating all these cows in the middle of a bunch of mushroom people. You know what goes really good with steak, Gronkum? Just saying.
Yeah. Gronkum does
No.
not like fungus.
I'm just saying, one little mushroom goes missing. Does anyone really notice?
There's
Yes, the
my
mushroom does.
There still protects
He's not
the
a
mushroom
human
children.
child, so.
So I already know what the other good question there is. Does a mushroom man have a soul?
We'll find out.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll pause here, and we'll pick up next week.
You guys made me reveal my secret.
No one made you reveal your secret, but
You made
you.
me do it.
Don't worry, Deft. Ari was on to you the moment we entered the Underdark.
Yeah.
Then you get fired from the board.
I mean, was Ari the character onto me, or were you the player onto me?
Oh yeah, she knew.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as, the conversation between you and Banor happened, it was like, oh, so she's a dark elf. Okay. That's what the secret is.
Anyway, no big deal.
Oh. Yeah, Gronkum missed that. So did Gronkum's player. Also,
Oh.
anyone who wants to listen to the book with no pictures, stick around after.
I would normally listen, but I have got to go and get some sleep because I got to wake up early.
Not everyone.
But you guys have a good night.
Have a nice